Hello students, today we'll look into and discuss motivation and mainly theories of motivation. To understand this, first we have to understand what is motivation. A basic principle is that the performance of an individual depends on his or her ability backed by motivation. So if we have to understand it in simple terms, it can be understood as the set of forces that cause the people to behave in a certain way. Here the theories of motivation are categorized or classified into early theories, and contemporary theories. Early theories are scientific management and human relations model. Scientific management, as we know, that it is the name given to a philosophy and set of methods and techniques that has been given by F.W. Taylor. And human relations model was propagated by Elton Mayo. Today we will concentrate on contemporary theories, and that too in that content theories. Content theories include Maslow's need hierarchy theory, Herzberg two-factor theory, Alderfer's ERG theory, achievement motivation theory. And process theory includes Bloom's expectancy theory, Adams equity theory, Portal's performance and satisfaction model, reinforcement theory. Today we will concentrate on Maslow's need hierarchy theory. As we can see the figure over here, it has been clearly told that what are content and process theories. Now when we are looking into the Maslow's need hierarchy theory, we have to understand here that this need hierarchy theory there is an essence to that theory, that human beings have wants and desires which can influence their behavior. Only unsatisfied needs can influence behavior, and satisfied needs do not act as motivators. All these needs have been arranged in an order of their importance or in hierarchy. A person advances to the next level of hierarchy or from the basic to the complex only when the lower level need at least is minimally satisfied. The hierarchy of the person is able to go, the more individuality, humanness and psychological health he or she will display. First, as you can see, the first level is physiological needs. This is the most basic need of all human beings. This need is needed for physical survival of human beings. In this includes food, drink, oxygen, sleep, protection from extreme temperature, sensory stimulation. The psychological drives are directly concerned with the biological maintenance of the organism. If we put it in another way, the person who fails to satisfy this basic level of needs will just not be around long enough to attempt satisfaction of higher level needs. So if I have to say that if food and water, if we don't get, then it's very difficult for us to survive. So for our survival, physical survival, physiological needs are very much important. The next type of needs are safety and security needs. Safety and security needs, if we say that once our physiological needs are met, another set of motives called safety and security needs becomes our motivators. The preference, if we give in this, is secured income, the acquisition of insurance and a house may be regarded as motivators in this desire for safety. In security needs in the organizational context correlate to such factors as job security, salary increases, safe working conditions, unionization, and lobbying for protective legislation. Managerial practices to satisfy the safety needs of employees include pension schemes, group insurance, provident fund, gratuity, safe working conditions, grievance procedure, system of seniority to govern layoff and others. So as we have seen that safety needs here are required to mainly meeting these needs requires more money, and hence the individual is prompted to work more when he wants to satisfy his safety and social security needs. Next we are moving towards the next type of needs, that is loving and belongingness. Loving and love needs, as we have to understand this. Here people give more importance to friendship, family, intimacy and sense of connection. Belonging and love needs constitute the third level in the hierarchy of needs. These needs arise when physiological and safety needs are satisfied. Like group membership becomes a dominant goal for the individual. Accordingly, the person will keenly feel the pangs of loneliness, social ostracism and rejection, especially when induced by the absence of friends, relatives, a spouse or children. So, as we see here that it is this socializing and belongingness why individuals prefer to work in groups, especially older people go to work. Next, we are going to look into the self-esteem needs. In Maslow's hierarchy, we say this as esteem or egoistic needs. Maslow classified this need into two subsidiary sets: self-respect and esteem from others. Esteem from others include prestige, recognition, acceptance, attention, status, reputation and appreciation. And self-respect needs includes desire for competence, confidence, personal strength, adequacy, achievement, independence and freedom. Satisfaction of self-esteem needs generates feelings and attitudes of self-confidence, worth, strength, capability and of being useful and necessary in the world. The next we will look into is the self-actualization needs. Maslow characterized self-actualization as the desire to become everything that one is capable of becoming. The person who has achieved this higher level presses towards the full use and exploitation of his or her talents, capacities and potentialities. In other words, to self-actualize is to become the total kind of person that one wants to become and to reach the peak of one's potential. Maslow's need hierarchy theory has been highly appreciated, and useful ideas we can get for motivating employees or students. Here, when we are talking about Maslow's hierarchy of needs and we are looking into the self-actualization needs, we can say that self-actualization is the person's motivation to transform perception of self into reality. Here, when you see this picture, you can find that psychological needs and safety needs come under our basic needs, which has to be satisfied by every person. Till the time we satisfy this need, we cannot go to the further needs of social and self-esteem needs. Self-esteem and social needs come under psychological needs. And the last one, that is self-actualization needs, comes under self-fulfillment needs. There are many criticisms to the Maslow's hierarchy. Here the criticisms are that it is not necessary that all the needs should follow a definite hierarchical order. They may be overlapping. It may happen that even if safety need is not satisfied, the social need may emerge. Here it is also said that it is not necessary that needs should be fulfilled in hierarchy only. Means if first need is fulfilled, then only we should go for the second need. So the need priority model may not apply all the time in all places. Researchers show that man's behavior at any time is mostly guided by multiplicity of behavior. So according to Maslow, as he says, here the Maslow's proposition that one need is satisfied at one time is also a doubtful validity. The level of motivation may be permanently lower, but we may find that many such examples are there where a person suffering from chronic unemployment may remain satisfied for the rest of his life if only he gets enough food. So we can say that a chronically hungry man, utopia can be defined simply as a place where there is plenty of food. So for him, freedom, love, respect, philosophy may not be that useful. That is useless for him, since his stomach is not full. Such a man may fairly be said to live by bread only. So, as we have looked into the criticism of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, if any questions are there in the comment box, you can, Google Classroom comment box, you can give the comments, or any questions are there, I'll clear your doubts. Thank you so much.